All right, guys, here we go back again with Luigi. Oh, it's really hard for me to even say his name, but yeah, guys, we're doing Luigi Mangione. Of course, he was the assassin for the United Healthcare CEO. Again, I had a couple of clients asking me about this guy, especially some of my clients that live in that area. They wanted me to, comment on it or, let them know something about it when I was doing the reading with them, after I did the reading, for them or whatnot. So I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and do a video so people can stop, kind of asking me about this. So listen, guys, let's get into his chart. He was born May 6, 1998. Of course, I don't have his birth time, but I'm going to tell you right now, guys, we can look at his planetary alignments and we can see why he did what he did. All right. He was born in Baltimore, Maryland. So let's look at this. And this is a teachable moment. This is another teachable moment for you guys who love astrology, even if you're a seasoned astrologer, or you're getting into the craft, beginner or intermediate. This is a very teachable moment. It's good to hear things like this to see why people are doing what they're doing and why did they act the way they act and things of that nature. Okay. All right. So I don't want to make this video so long. Look at this chart, guys. What's the first thing that pops out? Okay. Let's look at his sun. First of all, his sun is at 16 degrees of Taurus. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'm going to try to blow this up to make sure you guys can see the degrees and the as well as the planets and the signs. But if you can see this, it's at 16 degrees of Taurus, guys. All right. Now, right by the sun is Mars at 17 degrees of Taurus. Now, if you guys have not heard about a planet being via combustion, what that means is that the sun, it burns that planet that is conjuncting out. Okay. When a sun makes conjunct to a planet, it actually burns that planet out. So it actually debilitates that planet. All right. So when a planet's debilitated like that, the way that person will act, they will act out of order. They will act abnormal. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that. So even if you look at your own chart, and if you have a planet by the sun so close to the sun, look at your behavior and see how you act, and see how you think with that planet being by the sun. It can be debilitating. If it's not 17 degrees away from the sun, more than likely that planet and the actions of that planet, how it's going to pan out in your life, is going to be detrimental, or you're going to be operating at a disadvantage somehow. Now, I will say this. If you have some trines to that planet that's combust, you can overcome those disadvantages. So it's not all doom and gloom. So I just want to let you guys know it's not all doom and gloom. If you got some type of planetary alignments to that planet, you can overcome that. But when you have a malefic planet like Mars right by your sun, Pluto or Neptune right by your sun, and it combust like that, it's so close, making a conjunction, it's pretty much going to be debilitating. Now, Uranus, a little bit, okay? That's a higher octave of Mercury, of course. Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. But I'm telling you guys right now, I have dealt with clients with this particular planetary alignment. And also I've dealt with people personally with Mars by the sun. If you see this, guys, if you see a person that has Mars right next to their sun, they're violent, okay? It is no way around it, okay? And you guys can dispute this all you want, but I guarantee you the people that's disputing this have not experienced a person with Mars by the sun. They're not peaceful. They'll be peaceful, but however, they're violent. They have a quick temper. They may not show that quick temper immediately because they have to be triggered. When you have a planetary alignment, this conjunction right here, when you have Mars by the sun, that person, if that person is triggered, they will be violent. They have to be triggered though. That's Mars rules triggers anyway. Mars rules violence. Mars rules guns, arguments. If you're argumentative, you will see that. So I'm telling you guys right now, this guy here, Luigi, yes, he's smart. Why is he smart, guys? Well, let's see. Why is he smart? Let's see. We got his Mercury. His Mercury's in Aries. Hey guys, what does Mars rule? Mars, guess what? Mars is ruled by what? Aries and Scorpio. It has a dual rulership, okay? So he has a lot of planets in Aries as it is. So even that's just the icing on the cake. So you have Mercury in Aries, Mars rule right there. So you got Venus in Aries, which is in his detriment, right? And then you got Saturn in Aries. So he has 3 particular planets. He even got this little asteroid right here, Aries. It's in Aries as well, which is a lower level violence. So this right here, he's always thinking about violence. Just with that alone, guys. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out because that's very important. That's why he's so violent. That's why he did what he did and didn't even blink an eye. He's like, yeah, I did it. I mean, now what? So this is the reason when you see people killing other people or hurting other people in some way, fashion, or form, they either got, Mars squaring their sun, or their Mars placement is in a detrimental sign. It could have been in his fall, like Cancer. So, this guy, he's violent. He was designed to be violent. Now, look, this guy, I'll be happy to fight on the battlefield with this guy or fight a war with this guy. But, dealing with this person like on a friendship level or something like that, no. Because you can say something to them and you can trigger them and they'll be violent. As far as relationships, from what I hear, I heard he keep getting fan mail from ladies, of course, because he's a dangerous guy. I mean, a lot of ladies, they love that. Women love dangerous men, right? But he's not gonna do any good. He'll cut your throat. I mean, what's the use? I mean, he get out in some years' time and he get with you, he cut your throat. Now what? I mean, it's silly. All right. His Juno is retrograde as it is. So, and then he got Venus in his detriment. So he doesn't do good in relationships anyway. So you guys can keep sending him that fan mail all you want. That's fine. Yes, he's a dangerous guy, but he will kill you too. So it don't even matter. He's violent by nature. He was born like that. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are born to be violent. So, and that's when I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, we want peace on earth. We want this, we want that, we want peace. Listen, guys, you have to create peace. There's never going to be any peace like that because there are millions of people born with this astrological design right here. Okay, with Mars by the sun. As long as we have people being born with Mars by the sun, or Mars squaring the sun, or Mars in its fall squaring the sun, there will be violence. It's no way around it. We're never going to be in a place like that. All right. So that's what I'm talking about with the whole fairy tale. Don't be delusional. So this is real life. So this is theory and application all in one. You guys see what happened with the guy. Something triggered him. Something philosophical triggered him, which is, look at this Mercury. All right, 19 degrees of Aries. And then you look down here, you got Pluto right here. It's making a trine to his Venus. You know, and Pluto rules revolutionary things, right? So and also, well, Sagittarius, you know, you got the philosophy in Sag, and then you got Pluto with the revolution right here. So you got a trine right here. So it's easy for him to think about revolutionizing his thoughts. So just keep that in mind. And then you got the focus and things like that. You got the vortex right here, making a trine to Saturn. So he has that going on. Now, Pluto is squaring the nodes. If you guys see that, that's crazy, isn't it? So, and also this is a grand square going on. You got Pluto squaring the nodes, and then you got Vesta in opposition of his Pluto. You see that? So that in itself, he's a revolutionary. He's thinking about revolution, and on a classism level, because it was all about classism at this point. So this is crazy. Yeah, and of course, assassins in general are ruled by, you know, Pluto and Mars. Even Uranus got something to do with that. Uranus, again, guys, Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. It's actually squaring his sun, and it's squaring Mars. And when you see this, and we've over my 21 years being an astrologer and stuff, I've seen this aspect so many times, just not in people's charts, but just in general, the way the world acts when it comes to this Mars and Uranus square. That's a violent aspect. That's a very violent aspect. And then it's squaring the sun. I mean, you know, that entire aspect right there that's the aspect of a violent person. So if you see this aspect, this person, they have the natural ability to be violent. They're going to be violent regardless, in some way, fashion, or form. So just keep that in mind, guys. I just wanted to point that out and let you guys know about what happened with Luigi and why he did what he did. Yes, he shot that guy and didn't think nothing of it, and he's just chilling right now. Not anything, no remorse, nothing. And that's what happens when you see this. When you see a person with that has Mars right by their sun, after they commit the violent act, they don't care. They think it's justified. They're going to think it's justified. That's just how it is. The people I know with this particular aspect, they think it's just. They think it's justified to just, you know, kill somebody or hurt them because, hey, kill them because they hurt you. No sorry. Even if they say sorry or something like that, it don't matter. Doesn't matter. They'll still kill you. They'll still hurt you. I mean, they'll still be violent to you in some way, fashion, or form. It doesn't matter. And we're not talking about verbal violence. We're talking about physical violence. This is a physically violent aspect. So I just want to let you guys know and point that out and show you guys what's going on. Yes, he's smart. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you look at it right now, look at his moon. It's at 21 degrees of Virgo. That's Mercury ruled. I mean, it's making a trine to his sun. So he's smart. I mean, I give him that. But, you know, he went to the university. I think he went to a university, everything, graduated with a master's and stuff. Yeah. And that shows you guys, just because you have a person that's very smart and all of that, and they're privileged, that doesn't mean they don't have a violent side to them. That's why I always tell people, you know, just don't judge people by their sun sign and stuff like this. I mean, you know, well, those people are not really astrologers anyway. They just dabble. But you guys know what I'm talking about when they say, "Oh, you such and such, you a Taurus." Let me say this. Imagine you coming up to this guy talking about, "Hey, you a Taurus? Yeah, you this way and that way," and then he cut your throat or he shoot your ass in the head or something. I mean, you like, wait a minute, Tauruses don't do that. That's because you didn't know Taurus was that's because you didn't know Mars was right by his sun. That's why. Regardless of the damn Taurus aspect, it don't matter. He got Mars right by his sun. He's violent as hell. He'll kill you. So stop judging people by their sun sign. It has a lot to do with the planets, not the sun sign, guys. All right. If you see people talking about sun signs and this and that, how they are with this and that, don't pay any attention to them. I mean, I'm telling you, because look at this chart, guys. Yes, he's a Taurus. You can say, yeah, you know, hey, Tauruses are this way. That's not really him. That's not really him, guys. You have to look at the full chart. Always look at people's full chart, guys. Always pull up their chart. Never judge a person by their sun sign. See where the planets are. Not where the sun is, but the other planets. He could have had Mars, squaring the sun or something. You say something about him, talking yeah, you a Taurus, you this way. He slapped the hell out of you. And you like, damn, I didn't know Taurus is like, no, Taurus is not like that. He has Mars by his sun. That's why he slapped the hell out of you. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's a teachable moment, people. So when you see this aspect, when you see this conjunction, this Mars and sun conjunction, or they have Mars right by their sun like this, just, you know, if you're friends with somebody like this, or you're in a relationship with somebody like this, you know that they're violent. They were born to be violent in some way, fashion, or form. It doesn't matter because Mars is combust right by the sun. All right. I'm going to get on soapbox, but I just want to point the aspects out and let you guys know, you know, because I got people asking me about it and why this guy assassinated this guy like this and didn't blink an eye when he had everything going for himself. It doesn't matter. You know, he has Chiron right here. You know, Chiron represents a unique view. And also, to be honest with you guys, Chiron, it also represents, you know, a refusal to comply with social norms. So he, you know, and it's retrograde, and it's in Scorpio. So all in all, he's refusing to comply with these social and norms in the world. So, and it's opposing what? Mars and his sun. So that in itself, he's saying, you know what? That's my ops right there. I'm in total opposition to this guy. He's doing this. I'm about to revolutionize. He tapped into this Pluto right here, along with these Aries-ridden planets right here. All right, that's Mars ruled and made it easy for him to just kill this guy, just like that. Because whatever this guy did, it triggered him. Whatever this healthcare CEO did, it triggered this guy. That's all it takes. That's all it takes to trigger this Mars right here to activate. It takes a trigger from another person. That's all it takes. Trust me. I know from personal experience. I've seen people be violent like this. So I always look out, you know, whenever I do my matchmaking, if I see that person has Mars by the sun like this, I already know they're not going to do good in relationships because, and it always adds up like that. It's so odd. I mean, I guess whoever designed us or created us, whoever has Mars by the sun like this, they always have an afflicted Venus or an afflicted Juno. I noticed that. You guys will notice that too once you start, you know, looking at things like this. You'll notice if they have Mars by the sun like this, other relationship aspects about them are also be afflicted. So just to let you guys know a little tidbit on that and write that down because, I mean, you would notice stuff like that. When they have a combust Venus or something, or, you know, it's right by the sun, they'll have other stuff that adds on to that. Okay? All right, so guys, that's the deal with Luigi Mangione, the assassin. Who knows if he's gonna get out? I doubt it. But if you women want to keep the fan mail going to him, you go ahead. But when he get out, you know he gonna slap your ass in the face. I mean, I'm just letting you know. I'm telling you. I mean, he's very violent. So no, hell, I mean, I have a propensity to be violent myself, but at least I'm not off my rockers like this guy. I mean, I can protect you. Hell, I got a woman, I can protect her. I could be violent and protect her. I mean, that Mars is for protection, okay? You can use it in a good way. This guy's using it in a bad way because it's debilitated, because it can bust. All right? All right, guys. I will get back with you on the next one. Peace.